An amazing event that really highlights and focuses on great people in our community, specifically the Chesterfield area, as we're getting ready for that 2023 Bravo Award. So I'm joined by Miss Mary here, and an icon is what Mary calls Ted here to talk about the wonderful Bravo Award. So before we get to this awesome icon, Miss Mary, tell us a little bit about what happens at the 2023 Bravo Awards.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes,
Bravo is a celebration. We celebrate our 6 honorees, their professional accomplishments and their community service, and we celebrate the work of the Chesterfield Education Foundation. And we raise money for public schools to help accelerate equity and excellence in the division.
Yeah, and you guys have been doing this for a few years now, so that you're not new to this by any means.
Not at all.
Yeah.
About 13 years.
Wow,
yeah.
So wonderful. And you've been honoring and highlighting so many great people in our community like Mr. Ted here. So Ted, I want to get right to it. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you've been doing for the last, how many decades did we just say?
6 decades.
Yes, tell me about it, Ted.
Well, I go way back to the 1950s, with starting in 1956 with Buell Elementary, and actually moved on to Meadowbrook High School in 1963, the day they opened the doors.
Wow.
I was there, and then I went, after going off to college and working 1 year in Portsmouth. I've worked 43 years in Chesterfield schools, 33 at Clover Hill, and the last 10 at Cosby as a teacher, football coach, athletic director, director of student activities.
Yes, sir.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. So how does it feel now to be getting this recognition and to be honored at
Well,
the awards?
it's a tremendous honor, and it's very rewarding, and I appreciate the foundation so much for what they do.
Yeah.
And to select me as an honoree, it is a great honor. I am aware that I'm being honored because of the work of thousands of other people, that nobody ever really accomplishes anything by themselves. So it's all, I surrounded myself with a whole lot of really, really good people over the years. Students, staff members, coaches, administrators, everybody that makes the buildings work. And so I had a wonderful career with the school system.
Yes, sir.
And my experiences all the way through Chesterfield schools have been just a very positive, wonderful experience.
Yeah, and for those of you at home watching, he hasn't stopped at all, okay? He's still working, just in different ways with the school. You're still very much involved, yes, sir?
Yes, I work as a rep with Herff Jones and the Ratterbush Group branding in the schools, and so I was at Clover Hill High School earlier this morning.
There you go,
so
look at that.
I'm at the schools on a regular basis, and I really enjoy that aspect of it too. Keeps me involved with them, and see a lot of great people that I have known over the years, and some that are new that I get to meet.
Yes, so Mr. Ted, just one of 6 that will be honored. So Mary, I want to get back to you. The event open to the public. They can come in and take in and congratulate all of these honorees that will be there. So tickets need to be purchased by when?
Yeah, by November 1st.
That's coming in quick.
Yep,
It's coming in
absolutely.
soon.
Yeah.
So purchase those tickets. What happens at this event? While we're there honoring them, do we get to eat a little bit? Maybe have some adult beverages, Miss Mary?
Absolutely. It's a celebration,
It is,
right?
yes.
So we have a reception, we have a dinner. Micah Bam Bam White's going to be our Masters of Ceremony.
Yeah.
And we're also going to have the Seidel Trio, Jazz Trio there for some entertainment. So it'll be a fun event.
Yes, and again, they do this every year. So what if someone has someone they would like to nominate for next year?
Yeah, we have a nomination form that'll open up in January.
In January, so just a few months away if you're already thinking about someone you would like to highlight. So there's the website on your screen. Make sure you get those tickets by November 1st. The information there where the event will take place Thursday, November 16th. We'll be right back with more 12 About Town today.